It's very hard to say. Obviously, investors been waiting for so long for an IPO, and finally it came. And I think that, with SoftBank, original plan was actually sell it to NVIDIA, but it really didn't happen. And now, with this IPO is something that SoftBank really, really need. I think for all the investors are sort of been waiting for this moment because IPO market has been being so quiet for so long. So all of us is really hoping that this particular IPO is going to go well. But having said that, I think Arm really need a more AI story because in the past it's really all about mobile, but now the trend in the market is really all about generative AI. So we'll have to see what's the story for Arm going forward.
Wouldn't it kind of capture that element of the story, AI in mobile?
Hopefully, I think most of the action for Gen AI right now is having an iPhone moment, although that moment is happening more on the back end. The big winner obviously is Microsoft with their partnership with OpenAI, which most of the application is actually for enterprise and more for sort of SaaS and enterprise software. Yes. It's not really on device on mobile yet, but this is something that as investor will pay very close attention to.
That's interesting. What about the fact that you're getting interest from, or at least reports suggest NVIDIA, Apple, AMD might take a stake in the Arm issue strategically?
I think this is a really, really good sign. And obviously, particular for Apple and NVIDIA, or maybe even Qualcomm, and all these companies do want us to go towards the mobile story, but it's not there yet. So it's good for Arm, and I think it's very good for SoftBank if they do so.
Now, you mentioned probably the hottest trend right now, and I suppose all the hot money is chasing that trend in terms of generative AI. What do you, because I would imagine, you're working PE VC, I know a lot of people that work in the industry as well. It's not about what's happening now, you're looking for the next thing. So how do you play out that theme, not so much in terms of, what everyone's looking at right now in terms of NVIDIA, but in terms of the startup space, what's the special sauce that you're looking for right now? Is it the people that are able to functionally integrate this into other businesses? Is it the people who are writing code and developing their own Gen AI offerings? What is it that you see the most potential in?
Yeah, I'm at Raise Capital, we're super excited about particular generative AI, but for infrastructure. So what that means is it's not there like the movie Her. It's not that yet, but it's really about how do we use generative AI for sales, marketing, legal, HR, so they all sort of function where, if you can imagine, instead of hiring an army of customer service, now I could use generative AI to generative voice or text.
Let's not go there.
It may sound...
We need employment as well. So you're saying let go of the customer service completely. By the way, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Personally speaking, I do want the option of being able to speak to somebody at the end of it if I'm very confused with what the options AI is generating.
Tanvir, you and Will need to sleep, right? So when you're sleeping, it could be Will GPT, Tanvir GPT, or maybe even replace us, and which is could be super interesting.